Protesting the prolonged action of the Academic Staff Union of Universities have demonstrated at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. They held banners bearing inscriptions that read, "No nation can develop without genuine commitment to education." Some flights were affected and traffic and gridlock emerged around the airports.
We've done series of protests before today. Like few months ago, we've done series of protests, and some students are worried and they're tired. It's just a normal thing. But we coming out today, we still have some people. We know as we continue, they will join us. When we started the struggle, the protest, that was last week Tuesday at Lagos Ibadan Expressway. We were not much, but we have different parents and people that are going, that supported us. Then from there we went to Tollgate Ibadan. From there we went to Osun State, Gogon. We went to Ore. Now we are here, and look at least we still have some people that we have so many people that joined us. You understand? Now I want to state this emphatically that if they didn't do anything again today, we are going to Apapa tomorrow. We are saying that we are going to Apapa tomorrow, and we will shut down, and everyone will not fall.
They are asking for what is their fundamental human right. It is for one person that work to eat the fruit of his labor. So if you are now telling such person that asking for his rights is wrong, then that person needs to be checked also. Because this thing they are asking for is something that will better the lot of not only the lecturers, but the entirety of the Nigerian students.
The National Industrial Court has fixed September the 21st to decide on an application by the federal government asking the court to order striking university lecturers back to work until the case is decided. The presiding judge gave the injunction after setting aside an application by ASUU through its counsel, Femi Falana, opposing the court hearing of the federal government's application. The court also said that preliminary objection was not yet ripe for hearing, adding that the rule of court has provision to hear preliminary objection with the main suit.
The ASUU needs to be restrained, considering the irreparable losses, minute by minute, day by day, that it's irreparable losses, unquantifiable damages that are being done to the educational sector, that while this matter is going on, that the court should restrain them at the moment, let students go back to school, let innocent students, millions of students who are not parties to this matter, go back to school, while the issues are being determined or adjudicated upon by the Honorable Court. That's all we're saying.
We have addressed the court to the fact that the Minister of Labour ought to have taken this matter to the Industrial Arbitration Panel, so that, we can have this matter resolved there. But now that we are here, we've addressed the court to let the court know that the position of the law. But again, as I said, our clients are most willing to have this strike called off today if the government will at least consider the interests of the students and the national interest. And we hope that the intervention of the House of Reps tomorrow will go a long way to addressing the issues that are still left untouched. An agreement has already been reached. What our clients are asking the government to do is to dot the I's and cross the T's.
So joining us now for an update on NAN's protest against the backdrop of ASUU FG face-off is Comrade Olusesi Tolulope Samson, National Association of Nigerian Students Chairman, Lagos Axis, and the chief host of yesterday's protest at Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. Tell us about the protest and what happened yesterday. And there was also an incident where a convoy, did hit one of your students. Yesterday? Yes, at the protest ground, just close to the airport. Or you were not there at that time?
Or probably I was not there at that time because we had two phases of the protest. We started from the international airport. Then when we saw the turn-up at the international airport, then we moved down.
This happened around the local airport?
The local airport. Probably I was not there during that time.
So tell us about the protest, everything that happened yesterday.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Yesterday was a very memorable day for us because even we ourselves, we did what anybody believed. Nobody believed we could do that. Yes, that was the second phase of the protest. We started the first phase of the protest last week, Monday, where we block major highways, starting from Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, interchange, Shagamu, then we moved down to Biniore, and a lot of highways were being blocked. But when we saw that instead of us to get a praise from people, the Minister of Works, that's our ex-governor of Lagos State, that's the son, Mr. Tunde Raji Fashola, came and criticized us, telling us it is illegal for us to block major road while we are protesting for our rights. Then the leadership of NANS, Southwest region, yes, leadership of NANS Southwest, Zone D, and the leadership of Comrade, the Vice President, External Affairs, Comrade Babatunde, and the PRO, NANS National, that's Comrade Giwa Isa. Then we have Comrade Elvis, the Deputy Senate President of NANS National. Yes, they are all on the Southwest. So they came out yesterday to make sure we block airports. So it will be known internationally that Nigeria, something is going on in Nigeria. Since we tried blocking the major highways and there was no result. Instead of us to get a result, we were getting a critique from Mr. Tunde Raji Fashola san. So we had to make sure we block the airport, which was successfully done yesterday. And we did it with no sentiment. Yes, we did it with no sentiment. And today we're supposed to be blocking a Papa warehouse. Yes, but we're told to come for a meeting they will be holding today. I was told the speakers of Rep. Gbajabiamila will be having a meeting with the management of ASUU, which will still tell them if the meeting is not yielding any results today, they should expect us anytime soon.
Okay, yes. I mean, I was told that people are trying to talk to you, because the concern is that if you continue to shut down airports, you shut down the Nigerian Ports Authority, you shut down expressways, this will be a very serious problem. But what level of support have you received? Because yesterday I saw a picture of Omoyele Sowore, a presidential candidate, joining the protest. And there was also on social media support expressed for your protest by Enough is Enough and a number of other NGOs. SERAP has a case in court, along with 5 other university students. So how broad-based is this support? And do you think that you'll be able to achieve anything? With the police already threatening that if you like, come out and face them, and you will see the consequences.
I can recall this Constitution of Nigeria itself supports protest. And it is normal for police to threaten. It is normal for federal government to threaten. But it is another thing for us to make sure our modus operandi for the protest is properly arranged, which was part of what we did yesterday, and we had no record of casualties. We were able to manage ourselves, we were able to structure ourselves. And concerning the support, I could remember Comrade Omoyele Sowore. I will call him a comrade because he was once an activist like us, a student activist during his own time.
No, you would not agree that he was once. He would say he's still an activist.
He's still an activist, okay, because I don't want to bring it to he's still an activist. He did not actually came to support us. He was just passing through. He was passing by, sorry. And in the means of passing by, we blocked the whole road. We blocked everywhere to the extent that there was this artist, Cardi Blades. She was traveling out of the country yesterday. She was forced to carry her luggages. She put that on her head and walked down to the international airport. So if an artist like that can do that, there's nobody above that protest law.
So let me interrogate that. Is the best solution blocking economic nerve centers and also denying people of their right of movement? Because as you have a right to protest, people also have a right to move around. You block Lagos Ibadan Expressway, caused a big gridlock there, denied people of their movements. So what are you saying about that? Now you're going to a Apapa that we also know that, we used to have problems of gridlock, but it's been better in Apapa now. Blocking people of their movement, denying innocent people, innocent Nigerians that they too are victims of this government you're protesting against, denying them of their livelihood. Is that the best way? The innocent Nigerians, that's what I'm looking at here. I'm not saying your protest is not valid with the government, but the innocent Nigerians. Just imagine if your brother was in an ambulance there and he needed to get medical help and the road was blocked.
We as an innocent student of Nigeria, our fundamental human right has been bastardized by the federal government. For good 7 months, no schools, our students are on the street. We had a lot of students that joined us with their ID card yesterday. One is already learning mechanic, the other one learning printing. A lot of female students are home pregnant. In one way or the other, the federal government and ASUU have jeopardized and bastardized our fundamental human rights. So what we are just doing for a day, yes, and we put consideration into some things. A lot of people were coming and saying, there's a sick person in the car, they need to rush down. We allowed them. A lot of people that were traveling, people that could not walk, that could not walk so much, we allowed them to move. So we put consideration when we do things. What we're just trying to pass is yesterday that they should know internationally that something is wrong in Nigeria. For good 7 months, we've not been able to attend our school activities. It is so bad. So for the federal government to be able to jeopardize and bastardize our rights to education, then we jeopardizing and bastardizing their rights too. Well, I don't think we've done anything.
Because innocent people it's affecting, not them.
Innocent people that are affected, as I told you the other time, we were putting consideration into things. Yes, people that came to us, they want to move out. We tried our best possible to drive them down with our own car, straight down to the airport. Okay. Anybody that came to us to report, they have a sick people, they have adults, we drive them down straight to the airport. So we put people into consideration, sir.
Okay. You want other people also to feel the pain so that government will be forced to do something about this situation. What's the level of support you are getting from ASUU? Because ASUU says, we support the students because it's their right they are fighting for. But what is the minimum demands? Or what are the minimum demands of ASUU?
The only thing I will say about that is, we are the one having a demand. Yes, we are having a demand. ASUU and federal government are with themselves. Our own demand is, open our schools, we want to go back to schools. That is our own demand. ASUU and federal government should do their meetings and do whatever it takes them. We don't know how they want to do it. What we are demanding is federal government open our schools because it is the irresponsibility of the federal government. That is why ASUUs are on strike. ASUUs never went on strike by themselves. Yes, they never went on strike by themselves. It is because of the irresponsibilities of the federal government. That is why ASUUs are on strike.
So is this in collaboration with ASUU? Does ASUU have any hand in this, or is just NANS standalone that is doing this?
This is just NANS alone.
Okay, so
with more support from our southwest leaders.
What are the other regions of NANS? What are they doing about this?
Yes, I think they will be blocking Abuja airport tomorrow.
Okay.
We just want to listen to what we were told to calm down a bit because there was going to be a meeting with the federal, with the House of Rep Speaker, Right Honorable Gbajabi Amila, and ASUU management. So I want to say it emphatically that after the meeting, if there is no turn up, then the federal government should be ready for another freeze.
So what about other regions? South, because all over the country, Southeast region, are there going to be blockades? They block Lagos Ibadan. Is there going to be blockage on Kaduna Abuja Expressway and all of that?
Yes. That's why I said it the other time. I said our region at Abuja, will be doing a blockage at the international airport tomorrow if there is no result about this meeting.
One possible result is this. The Court of Justice P.I. Hammond in the National Industrial Court is tomorrow, I think, likely to give a judgment in this regard. And if the court says, the industrial court that is, says that the ASUU strike, is illegal, or it gives the order that ASUU should return to the classrooms, would NANS also respect the ruling of the court and suspend the strike? As we expect that also ASUU will probably respect the ruling of the court, whichever way it goes.
Okay, you said if the court says ASUU should resume back to school, they met our demands already, so we left with no choice. We're going back to school. They met our demands, then we'll be glad to tell ourselves, yes, greatest Nigerian students, we're going back to school.
Have you started talking to some of your lecturers, and even without infrastructure and all of that they've been asking for? Have you started talking to your lecturers? Like, for instance, what school are you?
I'm a student of Lagos State University.
Okay, LASU. Have you started talking to some of your lecturers and seeing what is happening?
You see, me, I would say, let me commend the work of my dear governor in Lagos State. It is just because injury to one is injury to all. All our state-owned university in Lagos State are on session. The only school affected with ASUU strike in Lagos State is University of Lagos State, which is a federal school. So I can't say because...
So you are going to school?
Yes.
So you are in school, you are still attending lectures?
Yes.
Okay, so you're just saying injury to one is injury to all?
Yes, sir.
So have you been talking to people in ASUU, since you are going? So that means if you leave here, you still go to lectures today?
I think today is lecture free. So
lecture free?
Yes.
But you have been attending lectures, you've not stopped school in LASU?
I'm not, it's LASUED, Lagos State University of Education. It was formerly ACOID. Okay,
LASUED. Yes. So you are still going to school full on and all of that?
Yes, sir.
So that means your academic calendar has not been disrupted, but injury to one is injury to all, like you said.
Yes, sir.
And I'd like to ask you that, so why are you talking to ASUU now? So that let's just not make it one side. What are you guys also pleading with ASUU that we want to go back to school and everything? But you are not affected because you are going to school every day. You are in LASU.
Which is the good work of our governor.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We would actually plead to ASUU because they are our parents. And we know what it takes when parents are not being paid. We know for how long the life of the children will be. So we plead to ASUU to tamper justice with mercy. So like you said the other time, sir, that if the only prayer we're praying is the judge tomorrow should tell and say the ASUU should go back into campus, then we'll know, yes, we've achieved our aim. So we're pleading to ASUU. We're not having any fight with ASUU because they are our parents. They are our parents, they are our guardians. So we can only plead to them. Yes, because they are common men like us. They are father of common men like our fathers. So we are only pleading to them to tamper justice with mercy and try and calm down a bit for the federal government.
Well, but some people are saying that the way out of all of this is for the federal government to give these universities, both at federal and state levels, autonomy. So that the universities, they generate their own resources, they charge appropriate fees. After all, people go to private universities, their parents pay huge amounts. And at all these public universities, state and federal, once they charge the appropriate fees and the federal government says you are on your own financially, do you think that will solve the problem? Do you think that Nigerian students are ready to pay appropriate fees, as some people argue, so that, this university problem can just be resolved?
I think the best thing is when you want to give them the autonomy, it will be very hard for some students to go to school.
No, some people say it's not compulsory you go to university. Some people can stop at A levels, some people can stop at national diploma level. What's the position of Nigerian students with regard to this?
I believe it is a part of our fundamental human right to be educated. And the federal government should ensure our education is their priority. So that is the main reason why they can't give a lot of...
No, is it compulsory that everybody must go to university? Because that's what some people are saying. They say if you get education up to secondary school, that should be enough. If you want to be a carpenter, go and be a carpenter. If you want to be a tailor, go and be a tailor. Must the federal government bear the cost?
If it is not every student that are in universities, some are going to monotechnics, some are going to polytechnics, and some college of educations. Peradventure, if there is no monotechnics, there is no polytechnic, there is no college of education, and everybody are going to university, I want to assure you that yesterday the protest would have been a very, very big one. But we had some months ago, the ASUU, College of Education and Academic Staff Union, they were on strike, but they called off the strike, let's say, some weeks ago. Yes. Then ASUU too came out and strike, but they called off their strike too, like 2 weeks after. Now, for that of the universities, let the federal government try and keep supporting.
No, but in terms of Dr. Abati, sorry, I just want to carry on real quickly, just for a minute, because we need to wrap up now. What Dr. Abati is just saying invariably is that, so somebody like you are obviously, how much is your school fees?
Sorry. My school fees is nothing 50,000. Yeah.
50,000. So obviously it's going to be more than a federal university, or is it that the Lagos State government subsidized? No, so it's more than federal university. So your school has full on autonomy. So why can't other universities be the same? And you are paying more than a federal university to start with.
You can't compare the economic development of each state with that of Lagos State. So for our dear governor to be able to do that for us in Lagos State, what our dear governor can do for us, other state governors might not be capable of doing it due to the economic standard of the state. So we know the money our governors has paid so far is far enough for us here in Lagos State. You can't compare Lagos State with other states in Nigeria.
And that's why a lot of people say the state governors to have to come into play a big role in education of their states.
They should be able to answer that. What I will be able to answer is that of my own state here in Lagos, where we don't have any issues with education. The only issues we're having is the federal schools in Lagos, which is University of Lagos.
Okay.
So thank you, comrade. Comrade Olusesi, Tolulope,
yes, sir.
Samson.
Yes, sir.
I hope that the Nigerian government will be able to find a solution to this impasse in the education sector.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed.